Hello friends, it's me, Vivian from ThePaperLetterBlog, also known as the Chatty Penpal channel, and today I have a really fun, simple but really fun Penpal flat mail tutorial. We're making a pocket with multiple inserts, if you will, or maybe I should call it a folder. I'm still workshopping the name. It's really easy, and what I love about this is that you can make it as thick or as thin as you like. So you can send it out as flat mail because December is already expensive enough without adding a ton of postage costs. And what I also love about this is that you can eyeball most of it. Like, I am making this by sight, but I will give you my measurements, of course. But you don't, I'm using tools, but you don't need fancy tools, which is maybe my favorite part. So what I'm doing here is I am creating the outer cover. I'm writing down the measurements. I will put them in the description box down below. And then I'm grabbing dies, which I will explain as well, because like I said, I'm making inserts, pocket inserts, and I wanted them to have little tabs. Once again, you do not need fancy tools for this. I just happen to have these dies that I never ever use, so for me it's a perfect excuse to use something that I've owned forever. But you can leave them out. You can make your own tabs with washi tape or paper strips or anything like that. So as you can see, I'm eyeballing it here. You're more than welcome to use my measurements, but I'm just looking at the size I like. I ended up making it smaller because in the end I still found it too big. So I'm just chopping that off to make it the same size. And then I think I chopped something else off if I remember correctly. So what I did is see, it's too big. I'm not liking it. I scored an extra spine. So if you want to make it fit a ton of goodies, you can make the spine like I did. So that little bit of extra wiggle room. If you want to make it flatter, you simply fold the paper in half so that you have a really flat folder instead. What I'm doing here is the only thing that's difficult to explain in this tutorial, because I'm creating the sides of the folder. Once again, if you fold your paper in half and you do not have the spine like I do, you can just grab a folded piece of paper and stick it in between the front and the back. But I wanted to create this zigzag spine. I don't know why. I don't know how I learned this. It's difficult to explain. But what you do is you grab a piece of paper and you fold it back and forth. So you fold it back and you fold it forth and then you create this zigzag shape. I'm going to show you up close, don't worry. If I can fix the light, there we go. You have this zigzag and that just creates extra wiggle room. There's probably an easier way to explain this, but I don't know how. If somebody knows what this is called, I'm just calling it a zigzag side spine. I don't know. Please do let me know, because I would love to explain this better. I just don't have the right words for it. So as you can see, this just creates a foldable side, and I'm gonna glue that in there. I did end up, I'm gluing this in here by simply gluing the first and the last panel on the front and the back. I'm gluing it in here, and then I take it out and I glue it back in there. And I don't remember why, because I made this a while ago, but I think it has something to do with that paper having music note paper on one side, and then the other side is just regular text. I think that is why I changed it. I don't recall, but I ended up changing it. So this is just me gluing it in. As you can see, you grab the first folded panel and the last folded panel, and you stick glue on there. You don't have to do this. I don't even know if this is the best way, but I just like the way it looks. And also it makes the pocket a little bit sturdier, because you can press it down and it doesn't crinkle because you've created the zigzag. I don't know. Ignore me, please. I don't know how to explain this, but I thought it looked cool at the time. I am by no means professional. So what I did here, yeah, this is me taking it back out. I do not remember why. But what I did before gluing it back together is adding Distress Oxide ink, which is just a vintage brownish looking ink. I inked the edges so that it all looks a little bit nicer. I don't know why, it just does. It just looks nicer. Then I'm gluing it back together. But now, my friends, we're onto the fun part, which is creating the insides. So this is my measurements, and I cut 2 pieces of paper, 2 pieces of cardstock, and I wanted them to stick out of the folder. They're sticking out a little bit because, like I said before, I'm creating the tabs. So it's like a real file folder. I should just call it a file folder, but that does not sound fun at all. It's like a real file folder, and I thought that would look really fun. Yeah, you don't need these tools. I am de-influencing you. You do not need these dies. I only use them once every year. That's not a good reason to buy something, because you can also just, I'm showing you here, you can also just use folded paper. You fold a piece of paper in half. You've got your tab. You do not need this tool. You can use washi tape, fold over washi tape, and you have a tab. You do not need this. You can skip the tabs altogether. So then I realized that the paper was still sticking out a little bit. I wanted to only have the tabs stick out and not the paper itself, so I'm just trimming the bottom a little bit more, and I really like the way this looks. I don't know why. I don't have a business, I don't have like a desk job, so maybe if I looked at folders every day I wouldn't be so excited by them, but I just think it looks really fun now. So now we're on to the actual fun part, which is decorating. I'm realizing now, this is weird. Okay, I don't know if I filmed this off camera, if I crafted this off camera, but apparently I already started gluing stuff down. I used more of that vintage music paper that I used for the sides to create the front, because I thought that would blend in nicely, and then I'm just grabbing from my die cuts. This is all the Marigold collection from Maggie Holmes. I have some of the official die cuts. I have some of the washi tapes. A big thank you to Chris for sending me all these amazing goodies. I have some of the official supplies, and then I'm also using printables. You can purchase and print many collections, many crafty collections online. I use this web shop called AC Digitals. This is not sponsored, but it might might help some of you. I just downloaded and printed a whole bunch of these die kits, and then I cut them out myself. So I'm now crafting the goodies to go into the folder, because the folder itself is quite simple. I wanted to create fun goodies to add. So I'm gonna add some handmade wax seals. I haven't made wax seals in months. I can't remember the last time I did that, but looking at these pretty colors makes me want to do and make more. There was also, I haven't even told you, but there was also a fun twist to this project, which might actually make it even more fun to make, because you can repurpose the whole thing to craft your own project. Excuse me. So I'm giving you, the person who received this, I gave you the tabs, which is made from matching paper. So like the insert pages are paper that you could use to craft with. I'm giving you tags that you could use to craft with. I'm giving you wax seals that would match the project you might end up making. And I'm also gonna include a washi tape sample, if I'm not mistaken, and die cuts. So if the person receives this mail, it could be really fun to like receive it as a whole, and then when they're done looking at it, or whatever you do with received mail, they can take it apart and use it to craft a project of their own. So it's multifunctional, and I love that. You can repurpose everything. So and so what I mean with the pages you can reuse, I mean the pages that I created the tabs out of. I just thought that would be so fun. I also realized after I made this that it could have been really fun to, instead of adding pages into the folder, you could have added pockets as well. Could have also been fun. So I'm starting to slowly fill it up. I'm going to show you once I'm done. I'm just speeding this up a little because it might not be that interesting, but I'm going through my stash to find goodies or gift bags, and I find this one that held die cuts before, and it's the perfect size. So I'm actually going to fill it up with some goodies for the receiver, the recipient. So when I receive pockets or something, I will, 9 out of 10 times, I will save them and then try to use them whenever I can. But 9 out of 10 times they stay in the box for a long time. So this particular baggie I've had for years and years and years. It was from a a Dutch Etsy store that is no longer open. I'm trying to remember the name. I can't remember. Anyway, this was a very bad story, but look how cute that looks. I've packaged up all of these die cuts and that goes into the folder. Then I forgot I have a matching project life cards and they go into the folder. You guessed it. I think this looks so fun. I could have tucked in a letter. I could have tucked in some teas. You can fill this with so many goodies and it is really simple to make. It didn't take me days to make this, but still I think when you receive this, it is so fun. I forgot how many supplies I have. I see now that I added some sticker roll stickers. I forgot I had those. This is fun. I should work with this collection more often. And then I thought I'm gonna make it more, even more reusable, and I'm gonna add a, how do you call this? Like a closure. I lost the word there. Like an elastic band to close the project. I don't know if there's a better word for it, but I'm gonna create a classic band. I forgot. Elastic band. Wow, my English is messing with me today. So I have all of these elastics from when I used to sell hair ties online. I have all these rolls and I never use them anymore because I've only sold so many hair ties. So I'm trying to find ways to use them. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a closure with a button. It's a little too narrow, but still I think it was cute. And then the recipient could potentially repurpose this. I'm doing it again. Or was it too big? I forgot. The recipient could potentially repurpose this to close a notebook or use as a hair tie. I don't know. You can repurpose this if you like as well. I'm going very fast. And then I'm going to add in a ton more goodies. So this video hopefully also gives you a bunch of ideas on what and how to send a bunch of flat goodies. There's the little pocket in between. As you can see, there's tons of things in here, and then I added my letter in the front, which is really cute. So this gives you, because I added in the two tabs, it gives you 3 pockets, even though it's one project. Really like that. So here's me showing you everything that's inside. This is basically the finished project. I'm just gonna add some nouveau drops, and yeah. Yeah, I really like this. Figured I would share an easy craft for all of us who are overwhelmed with Christmas. Are you celebrating? Let me know in a comment down below. For all of us who are overwhelmed with Christmas and want to craft something simple, I figured this would be a fun idea. It's also perfect because there's a bee on it and we're doing a bee theme over on Patreon. Yep, I'm gonna start working on my bee themed swap hopefully today, so I might make a video out of that. So what I did is I just added nouveau drops, like I said, the green and the orange, and then I'm gonna add these stickers to write out the name of the recipient. These stickers are from Hema, our local store. I love them. They are really cute, but the glitters, you know what I mean, the glitters, they're annoying. It says, "Hey Kristen," because obviously I sent this out to Kristen. I think this added the finishing touch. I didn't want to do too much to the front of this because that's the stickiness of the the glitter stickers. I didn't want to do too much to this because I liked it so much already, but I'm glad that I added this because I think it added the final touch it needed. I'm gonna say goodbye to you all here, wishing you all a lovely festive season. Thank you to my patrons, my awesome patrons. Without you all, I wouldn't be able to do this every week, so I'm eternally grateful. And eternally grateful to all of you for watching as well. So I'll see you when I see you. Have a lovely day, and yeah, follow me on Instagram and Patreon and all that. Okay, I'm gonna end it here. Bye!